Create a $1 million Amazon brand with just 3 to 5 products. In this video, we'll show you how. We are myself, Michael, Ryan from FBA University. Before we get in, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us out, lets us know what kind of content y'all like from us. We have a lot coming and already have a lot published. So, how to create a 7-figure or $1 million brand on Amazon with the least amount of products. First off, just a mindset of not trying to have the biggest catalog in terms of just sheer quantity is what you first want to get into. I know myself, when I started, you think the more you launch, the more products you have out there, the easier it's going to be to get to that $1 million brand. What you don't necessarily take into account is that each product you launch takes work, splits your focus. You likely can scale and grow on the product or products you already have en route and just maximize those to $1 million rather than thinking 16 little hits and small monthly incomes are the way to get it. And so just reframing and knowing, okay, I wouldn't even launch a product unless it had huge potential on Amazon. We're talking 50,000 per month sales that you can see on a lot of different product research tools like Helium 10. You wouldn't even be looking at products unless you knew the ceiling was there, right? So just understand if you're going to be one of those people who's up on Helium 10 or Jungle Scout or any other product research tool that you see. If you want to be one of those high figures, you have to really focus on that product you launched first.
Yep.
Today, let's talk about how to get there and how to find 3, 4, 5 products. Doesn't matter necessarily the way you do it as long as you're targeted. And so, right, I don't know about you, but one thing when I started out, and still to be honest, struggle with this because it's muscle memory, right? And so what I didn't understand is how do you find multiple products in the same niche that reasonably go together? And so you're not, a lot of catalogs early on Amazon all across e-commerce look like what you would see in an arcade claw machine, right? And so you have a little toy here, you have something for your home, you have X, Y, and Z as fitness equipment, and then a pet product. It's just all can sell, but if you think about a brand perspective and then building your own website and building some brand equity, how would you ever do that reasonably? The answer is you wouldn't.
Yeah, right.
And so in this video, we're going to show you through the hero's journey and through really understanding your customer how you can find multiple products in the same niche. Rye, why don't you start us, give us, I know you talk about the hero's journey a lot, so why don't you start and just where we land on the hero's journey?
Yeah, sure. So when we start thinking about the hero's journey, we really need to start thinking about someone who's already started their path towards the journey and path that we're on. So, we're not going into this cold, we're going into it looking at someone who already is in motion with the hero's journey. So you've got to think about someone who needs a solution to a problem that they have. Someone who's already thinking about potential products that can help them with their solution. So if we peel it back, let's think about a scenario, someone that's looking to lose weight. They're already identified that they have a problem, which is the excess weight they're looking to lose. Maybe they've come out of pregnancy, or they historically have, looking at their family and their traits, they have a history of, obesity or being overweight. So this is someone who's already identified that they have a problem and now they're looking for a solution. So they've now come onto Amazon for the solution for that.
Yeah.
So that then leads us to a product, right? We're thinking about someone who needs a solution to their problem. So identify someone who's already got a problem, and then that's the first step of the hero's journey.
Yeah, and it's you don't want to target, just to reiterate what you're saying, people who need your solution going to the next phase of the journey, but aren't aware of it themselves, right? So let's take an example of the weight industry, people who need to lose weight. Well, you can make your own judgment about everyone under, this product could work for so many people, but unless someone's decided they're on a path, they're on a mission, they're on a journey to lose weight, they're not your target customer. So the second step of the hero's journey would just be your customer understanding they need a product, or it could be a service too, to help them on their path. So they understand they need something other than themselves to be part of the solution. And then, right after that, what comes? Where do we usually fall after this?
Yeah, sure. So once they've understood that they need some help with their journey or their problem that they're facing, they're normally met with resistance. So, if you're thinking someone that plans to lose weight, they're met with the fact that, hey, it's not for me, or, I've tried this before, I've tried dieting, I've tried going to the gym, I've tried, the different fads, I've tried different exercise products, I've maybe built a home gym. It hasn't worked out, right? I've done it for, 3 weeks, a month, 2 months, and then I reverted back to my old ways. So your solution has got to be stronger than the problems that your hero faces. So you've got to have solutions that shut down any defenses that hero might have. So for example, if you're selling a product that helps someone lose weight, it's got to be a strong enough solution to their problem that makes them say, hey, I'm going to give this a go. Not, hey, I've tried something like that before, it hasn't quite worked, so I'm going to actually back out of this. It's got to be something that they're drawn to, they're attracted to, and that they honestly think in their heart of hearts is going to help them with their solution. So that's what we need from our hero's journey.
Yeah, and then just to go to the next step onward is once you've once your hero's gone through that resistance, you have to be strategic in how to meet them with your solution. So that usually for us, right, is just traffic sources, marketing, organic ranking. You got to make your solution, which in this case, for someone who needs to lose weight and has already decided they need to lose weight, let's talk about a meal replacement bar, or a protein bar that would replace a meal. Instead of making their own decisions, they're going to make a new decision based on your solution. That's something that has to show up over and over to your customer, because you won't always get them on the first try. So just really showing up and using this beauty of the internet that is traffic to meet your hero with a solution.
100%. And then after the heroes sort of met with that solution, they've come out the other end. So the product that you've provided has met their problem head on. They've come through with a solution, and now they've changed into a new person. They've gone through that transformation that your products enabled them to go through, and now they're not the same person they were 6 months ago. They're not the same person they were 3 months ago. So now that new person they've come into has now created new problems that need solving. So now you've lost weight, you might want to start going to the gym. You might want to have a gym at your home. So that process is then led to, hey, now I might need things like resistance bands, or now I might need a waist trainer. So that then has created new problems that need solving. So now we can look at other products that can maybe fill in the problems that person now is going to be having due to the fact that they've stepped into a new space and that they're a new person that they weren't previously.
Yeah, that's and right there we understand. Okay, you're trying to think of it right at the start without understanding each product will lead to new needs for your customer, and so filling one need usually creates 3 or 4 others without even going from the first one all the way down to the second one. Just from the first one, we have 4 or 5. You could have coaching programs, accountability programs, supplements, fitness clothes, everything that a person who commits to the life of healthiness is now going to need. Then you have 4 or 5 products that could supplant your brand. It's
100%.
incredible. And so let's go into the math real quickly on how. If we average $30 per unit, and we just want to get to 25 units per day, and so that's $750. And so if we can make $750, this is on just one product. Let's say we have 4 products, so then we have 750 times 4. And this equals 3K. And so right there, your daily average is going to be $3,000. And so just taking daily average of 3K times 365, this immediately is $1 million brand. This right here is 1095000. And so you don't have to be too cute to get to $1 million brand. Just like this would round up to a $1.1 million brand. 4 products, only averaging $30. You could do higher than that. Only selling 25 units a day, you can do more than that. This is the math to $1 million on Amazon. It's much more approachable than all of us think. Just be focused, be targeted, and it's something.
Absolutely.
It's something that's, like we want to expand our catalogs. We have entrepreneurial ADD, right? So like we want the more the better. The more the better. We got to be doing something. Just know, get your base products to a certain level, and you'll have $1 million brand.
What sort of time frame as well, Mike, are we looking at with that in terms of, because I know that's going to be a common question that people might ask in the comments. What sort of time frame would you be looking at to launch 3 to 5 products and scale to those 7 figures? When do you think we could do that?
Yeah, that's a great question. I would say start with 1, and then once you have the system. And if you need assistance, get assistance with your first one before you try 1. If you're hesitating, right? Once you've done it successfully once, I know, like it worked for me. Once you have the prototype of an entire Amazon system done once, you essentially can repeat it to scale, time and capital willing, right? Yes. And so I would say, just my opinion. Would be do 1, and then if you want to do 2 or 3 at the same time after 1 is stably selling, by all means go crazy, but don't do more than 1 to start.
100%. And I guess one last question before we close out here. How approachable is the Amazon business to the average person? So whatever walk of life you're in, whatever business you're in, whatever job you do, how quickly could you pick this up? Is this something that's, does it take a rocket scientist to do this, or do you think it's relatively easy for anyone to pick up?
Yeah, it's something, we both learned it while working full-time jobs. A lot of our students in our communities, a lot of the ones who do best have jobs or are students just because they have a need to get out of the situation they're in. So no, it takes almost no prior skill. If you're comfortable working on a laptop, that's as much as you need. And so it's really something that once you dive in, once you understand the simplicity of the business model, it's just retail. It's just what Target, what Macy's, what Sears have been doing for hundreds of years, right? It's taking that and getting closer to a customer with this traffic where you don't have to go through all the really labor intensive and cost intensive parts of running a business, right? So
100%.
It takes not a rocket scientist, and a lot of people with no formal education outsell us on Amazon.
Absolutely.
And so, why don't we tell them a little bit about FBA University and where they can find us, my man?
Yeah, sure. So Mike and I run a Discord community, an online community called Amazon FBA University. It's on our hats, FBAU. You can find us at fbauniversity.org. Check us out. We run a reselling group where we post 4 US leads and 4 UK leads every single day to our members. And we also run the Amazon Accelerator 2.0, which is our private label mentorship program. It's 14 hours of video courses plus 4 hours of direct mentorship calls with both myself and Mike. So if you do want to get into private label and you're thinking about launching your brand in 2022, do make sure that you reach out to us. All of the links are in the description below.
Yeah, and that, like we were saying, we see a lot of first-time people in our accelerator program just because there is the accountability, there's the resources, there's the direct mentorship from people who have done it before and are still doing it. Ryan and I are active Amazon sellers, multi-6-figure on our way quickly to 7 figures. And so having the help and guidance on your first product, make sure you don't need us by the time you're launching products 2, 3, and 4. But check us out on social, and if you're a reseller, hop into our private community. If you're looking to start a private label business, Accelerator is the best place for you. Until next time, we'll see you guys.
Take care, guys.